Okay, so it seems like a lot more people have been talking about the faithful sheriff, someone that we've been covering recently who's caught a lot of people's attention with some certain situations going on with Discords and even more. And it's even been brought up in VTuber circles now as well, including this one on r/VTubers saying, disgusting. So I've been seeing this knockoff burnt peanut tuber named the faithful sheriff. This is disgusting and gross. He's all about farting and Christ. That makes me want to throw up. I said, I don't really count him. He straight up said that he does not care about VTubers. And yeah, 100%. You know, this is the same topic that we've had with the burnt peanut, right? And obviously they both say that they don't care about VTubers. At least I know the burnt peanut does. I'm not so sure about the faithful sheriff, but that's what someone is saying here. And again, you know, that is fair enough, right? It's whatever. And yeah, I wouldn't really consider them part of the VTuber community. But again, I think it is pretty crazy, the kind of actions that he's been doing, to the point where, you know, it is, I think it's important to kind of talk about it, right? People saying, what the hell does farting and God have to do with each other? Is like, right? More people saying, seen some VTubers that are far worse. Also, I don't know if he's a VTuber, more of an annoying orange tuber. It's like Annoying Orange was a VTuber. People just don't want to look at it that way. It's literally a virtual YouTuber. And this has been, by the way, this is a debate that's been going on in the VTubing kind of space for a little bit now, ever since the burnt peanut blowing up and all of that kind of stuff with the Streamer Wars drama over whether the burnt peanut and, you know, people like the faithful sheriff, people using those kind of, you know, models, whether they're a VTuber or not. And obviously some claim that they are, some claim that they're not. And me personally, I wouldn't claim that they are, due to the fact of stuff like this. For example, it uses real features, for example, their eyes and their face. I feel like that doesn't classify you as a virtual, you know, tuber. But obviously some people do classify it as it. Again, I think it is very, very interesting. But yeah, obviously a lot of people have also bringing up the fact that, you know, he used to be someone called Dr. Witnesser, which a lot of you guys have been saying in the chat as well. We did actually kind of mention that beforehand in the previous video. But yeah, apparently he was like a big like Dr. Disrespect like kind of copy or whatever. And they would like sub to him quite a bit. Said Curtis Connor made 2 videos on him at the time, another one more recently. Also, he told a Muslim child that they would go to hell for their beliefs, which is absolutely, yeah, that's horrible. And said, why isn't Twitch banning him? Said, I think he got unbanned after a while. It was 4 years ago, but relevant. I don't think he's changed. And B, it's just so baffling. You have to share it, as there is no way to believe it without saying someone else is also believing it, you know? Like, I don't know who this person is, but by that description alone, I'm glad about that. I said, are they doing any harm outside of your mental health? Which, of course, they say, yeah, he's told many kids that they're going to hell for not believing in God, like directly interacting with children. And yeah, obviously, it seems like this guy is a very, what do you call it? I don't know how to describe it. Very, not extreme, but very hard whenever it comes to religion and like Christianity and whatever. Like, if you're not with us, you're against us kind of thing, which obviously isn't exactly really what I have observed from a lot of other Christians, right? A lot of other Christians are very accepting, you know, they're very okay, you know, they're fine to you know, see differences. It's all about forgiveness, right? And all of that kind of stuff. But from, you know, a lot of his points that he brings up, it seems like a, you know, if you're not like following this and that and this and that, then you're like an enemy of God, which I think obviously just isn't the way that a lot of people look at it. But again, maybe some people look at it that way. But yeah, people have been discussing, yeah, stumbled upon his vid, I think from August to Duck, and generally who watches this guy? This guy should get a mental rehabilitation. And yeah, I think that 100%, like whenever you look through a lot of the kind of posts and stuff he makes, it doesn't look like many people like him at all, right? If you look at the like to view ratio, you know, 63 likes compared to 46,000 views, right? And a lot of things that have been getting popular is a lot of the comparisons between the burnt peanut and the faithful sheriff. And of course, you can see he's 100% trying to piggyback off of the burnt peanut. And I think that is also what he did with Dr. Disrespect. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked into it too much. So again, obviously, you guys gonna have to let me know. Let me know down in the comments about that, because it is a pretty interesting situation, right? But yeah, it is very clear that he's trying to piggyback off of the burnt peanut success by also adding this kind of extra Christian, like going into and talking to children kind of thing, which is obviously extremely weird. And the way that this all blew up was obviously due to the fact that he has a similar model to the burnt peanut, as well as, you know, a lot of the clips that have been coming out of him talking to children in games like Fortnite and stuff like that, and trying to convert them to Christianity and whatever. And yeah, and obviously talking about like ICE and things like that, which again, I just don't think is necessary for a child to really be talking about whenever it comes to stuff. Like, if you want to talk about ICE and whatever as an adult, you know, I don't, you know, whatever opinion you have on it, that's totally fine, right? But I think whenever it comes to Fortnite and just like a kid like getting off from school or whatever and you know, playing a game of Fortnite, I don't think they really want some peanut, you know, adult man you know, to be kind of talking to them about Christ and ICE, right? I think they don't really want that, and I think it's just very odd, right? And is it illegal? I don't think so, but again, at the same time, it is still very weird and very, very odd, and it definitely is something that a lot of people haven't taken kindly to. And there's been many other things as well, for example, like the edits that were being made of him, including the whole adding a certain object to his VTuber model, a male body part, which of course he then obviously crashed out a little bit over about it, saying that he's going to pursue legal action for defamation. And then obviously we're here at where we are now with the Discord. Now, in the last video, we talked about the Discord and how a lot of the stuff had been going wrong over there. The moderation was bad. It seems like it was very poorly set up, and they were allowing a lot of minors to come into the space where there was a lot of GIFs and images of NSFW content being shared there, right? And it seems like a lot of people were calling him out for not doing enough, right? And again, you know, people saying the server is age restricted, so are the channel chats. Also, the outlaw chat channel is now restricted to boosters only, and people can not post pictures, gifs, or links, and the server is extremely modded. It won't catch everything, but it's being taken care of. And obviously, yeah, this is in response to Midas saying, you know, hey, I joined a Discord. There's no restrictions on the NSFW channels, allowing minors into that, which obviously, yeah, and people were saying, you know, you're just openly lying. The server wasn't age restricted. It said, you know, you've screwed over your server by age restricting it. Now iPhone users won't be able to join. Obviously, some people are on the contrary, but honestly, I think you should be age restricting it if there is NSFW stuff going on in there. People saying, extremely modded, cannot post GIFs. I've seen 3 NSFW GIFs, one of which was bestiality, which is absolutely crazy. And of course, yeah, that seems to be where it's at now. And that's, you know, some of the comments that we looked at in the past video, but it seems like, you know, he actually added a response to a lot of the stuff that's been going on, including, I went to bed with the ability for paying subscribers and server boosters to post embedded links. That was a mistake. The Discord has been cleared of the trash people that were posting, and they can no longer post embedded links, which means no more GIFs or pics. So yeah, it seems like he's gone from only subscribers and boosters can use GIFs, pictures, links, whatever, and now it goes to no one, because of course it's very easy for someone to just pay a little bit of money to boost the server and then post some kind of porn link or something in a server which is full of children, which I think is crazy. Is it I was banned for posting a Palestinian flag, and he just put yup, which obviously, yeah, that just tells you about a lot of his kind of thoughts and whatever. There's also a lot of things like this which has been going on in here. Now, obviously, I cannot show you what the actual image is. It's pretty horrible. It's essentially a black person who is doing something to themselves, and it, like, not as in a sexual way, as in like a way. So again, obviously you guys can probably tell what that is, but again, I'm gonna have to edit that one carefully, which I think is pretty horrible. And obviously, yeah, people saying, have you been beefing with other streamers? Said, bro, be getting destroyed in his own comments. He said, there's no way, you just didn't think that was going to happen. Said, but all that remained was the trash and the silence. So people say Big Brother is watching. And of course, there's a lot of like unhinged people that are going into these chats and whatever that are just trying to stir things up. They might not even necessarily be a fan of the faithful sheriff. So of course, you know, that is something to really consider there. But at the same time as well, I think it's just a bad idea, especially whenever you got all of this heat on you, to even set up a Discord like this, because of course people are going to go in there, post some horrible gifs, horrible pictures, and horrible just kind of content in general, and expose that to, you know, a lot of kids and stuff as well. And many people are, you know, pretty mad about that, right? Who's saying, how are we supposed to post pics of Bible verses about Jesus farting on children then? Like seriously, it's bro, like it's just crazy how like unhinged it really gets, right? Why did I get banned for calling you lil bro? Not my fault, you're 42. Which obviously, yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy. As well, you got people, yeah, using a lot of slurs and whatever. And it seems like, yeah, a lot of people have been discussing this. saying, nice server, man, very Christian. And yeah, that's been the main kind of complaint whenever it comes to this, is the fact that, you know, it's not very Christian-like for this to be taking place on a server. But as I said, it seems like he's gone to a more extreme level of, you know, trying to promote Christianity or whatever, to the point where, yeah, there's a lot of people that are allowed to be posting some pretty horrible stuff within that server, and it seems like it is still going on to this day, despite how much moderation he says is going on in there. So again, I just kind of wanted to provide you guys with that update, because I thought it was pretty crazy. A lot of people have been talking about this, as well as this recent one. You know, he posted a post saying, anyone that has pronouns in their bio and has Roblox in their games I like will not be a mod in my Discord. I mean, you know, again, I guess, right? He has his own kind of, you know, prerogative whenever it comes to who he has as a moderator, and I think that's fine, right? But I do think obviously there's going to be a lot of people probably clouding, yeah, your server is hell. There's no longer a voice chat for public, only for those high enough level and who are subscribers, right? And I think it's crazy because, like, a lot of this, right, that's been happening recently is like, it goes from completely unmoderated, everything open, to, okay, we've closed this chat, okay, we've closed this, okay, now only subscribers can use it, okay, now subscribers can't use it, okay, now no one can use it, and now it's essentially gotten to this point where the server's so restricted, this is like, what was even the point in the server in the first place? Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're restricting it, by the way. I do think it's a good thing, because it does protect a lot of issues that have been clearly going on within the server. But I mean, you know, if it's gotten to this point, you might as well just not make a server, right? You might as well just kind of, you know, pack out the bags and call it a day and go, actually, maybe the community is a little bit too unhinged for you to even, you know, be allowed to have one of these, right? But of course, they're going to continue doing it and say, people said, you're gay, said, said, why did you send me a DM of your penis? It's inappropriate and is making me uncomfortable. I said, dear faithful sheriff, I do not have pronouns. I do not play woke blocks. Can I be on your Discord? Unfortunately, I'm not attracted to minors, so I'm not sure if I'll fit in with the server vibes. This is what I mean, right? So many people are making fun of this, and this, I'm pretty sure, actually ended up ratioing the post. Yeah, it ended up ratioing the post pretty badly, right? And I do think it is pretty crazy, right? And people saying, you know, why did you say this? Relax your throat and keep eye contact, right? And again, a lot of people have been saying as well, a lot of you guys have been saying in the comments too, that you guys believe that he's playing this up for an act. And I definitely do think that is the case, right? This is definitely played up for an act. And I definitely think that, you know, whether he has any of these actual opinions or not, especially whenever it comes to a lot of the kind of, you know, telling people they're going to go to hell and whatever, you know, whether he has that, you know, slight opinion, whatever, there is definitely some kind of, I guess, what do you call it? Inflation, I guess, to this, in terms of, you know, how much he actually puts on and how much of a personality this really is. But again, I mean, it is kind of working, I guess, but it turns out that it's kind of working in the wrong way. He's now becoming like a new lolcow, rather than becoming like a peanut VTuber that everyone likes, or like a more edgier version, right? Again, people are just like enjoying making fun of this guy, especially with the amount of screw-ups and things that have happened in the Discord, and the amount of stuff you could say about him. So again, I do think it is pretty crazy that this is still going on. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.